Our next speaker is Coach Joe Wickline, offensive line coach, Baylor University. Joe is one of the most experienced coaches in NCAA football. He's coached at University of Texas, Oklahoma State, West Virginia, Ole Miss, and many, many other places. He is a great technician, and Baylor is lucky to have him. His topic today is going to be the draw play and the backside of slide protection. He's going to be very, very specific about some techniques and fundamentals that he uses there that will help you.
My name is Joe Wickline. I am the offensive line coach at Baylor University. Recently got this position here working for Coach Dave Miranda. I want to thank George Deleone. George, I've known for a long time and have learned so much from Coach Deleone about the position, about how to treat players, how to coach players. I want to thank Coach Miranda for allowing me to be a part of his staff, and want to thank Coach Wetzel and all the people involved. I tell you what, I've been to some great places, and I'm a product of the people that have been around me, both the players and the coaches, but a lot of the coaches that have been around me, I've learned so much football. Over the years, especially recent years, I've coached at Florida with a good friend of mine, Ron Zook, great football coach with a bunch of really good coaches there, and learned a lot and had the opportunity to work for Coach Zook in the SEC. And from there, I was privileged and had the opportunity to work for Coach Mike Gundy at Oklahoma State for a number of years, and we had a lot of success there, and things were well, and he did a great job. He's got a great mind, and obviously that shows from all the winning that he's had and the job that he's done. And then obviously went on, and most recently was at West Virginia with one of the brightest offensive minds out there, now a great head football coach in his own right. It's changed things around and done things his way. It's Dana Holgerson, and obviously had the opportunity to work for Dana and in the Big 12. A lot of my football's been coached, especially recently, in the Big 12, and have been excited to have been here. And but again, I want to thank Coach Deleone. I'm humbled. I'm flattered to be a part of this clinic, to be on the same stage with the elite offensive line coaches in the world. And it's unbelievable just to have the opportunity to talk some football. I grew up under a football coach, my dad, Dan Wickline, and have been in football my whole life. But I love sharing the different schemes and the techniques and the drills, especially in forums like this, and hopefully we can kind of talk about some things. I know I'm not overly proud that I got the finesse phase of this clinic. I don't know that I wake up every morning wondering if I can talk about backing up and catching people, but with all that aside, just kidding, I want to go over a couple of concepts I think are important, I think that are relative, and maybe fits into your scheme. And they're not long. There are a couple of different concepts. One's the draw play, and one's slide protection. Okay, in the draw play, we think about several things. Okay, why do you run the draw play? How does it fit into your game plan? How does it fit into your practices? Where does it fit in the scheme of things as far as balance goes, formations, and so on? And first of all, it balances your run scheme packages. You're going to be a great outside zone team. I know we have some great speakers on this clinic and talking about that do a great job. We're going to be a gap team, okay? But I think you're going to need a couple of schemes that when they start all the disruption up front to stop the inside zone, okay? To stop some of the things that we do that'll combat that. So and the next thing about that is you have flexibility within types of draws. Is it a lead draw? Is it a tight end fit? Is it a fullback fit? Is it two back? Is it one back? Is it RPO? Is it 3x1? Is it 2x2? So the next thing would be, you know what? We can have several schemes, and that way we can carry it from week to week to keep our frequencies off the board on the other side of the football. Okay. Next thing is it's not just a third and medium, third and long play. You got a bullet in there that, you know what, we can use this on 1st and 10, second and medium. And I have a note there, it's actually good on early downs because you don't see the twist, what I call the draw killers. You don't see all the line movement. You don't see the backer games than you do on the late downs, the drop back downs. So now you get more clear, clean, I call it more air in the defense because you got more gap control and less line games. And the next reason we would promote running the lead draw or the RPO draw or the draw play itself is it separates box defenders. It also support defenders, okay? And how I mean by that is anytime you run the draw play or you run the screen play, you want to think about, does it separate the levels? The levels would be the first level and the second level to begin with are our backers. Is there air behind the first level because of them getting a field on the first level and because of the second level getting movement back? In that note, it also says support defenders' eyes. Does it separate? Does it move their eyes that creates air in the defense? Okay, where they'll usually support, then now they lose the ball. Okay, so you change levels and the support defenders will lose the football, creating air in the defense. Okay, the next thing about the draw play, it doesn't expend, it doesn't use, it doesn't eat up a lot of walkthrough meeting practice time from an assignment scheme standpoint. We all are on the same page with, reps or everything. We're not going to miss assignments. That's not tolerable. We're not going to have that. But when you have a slide scheme and you have an insert scheme to one side and you're sliding away from the other, you've pretty much got that in. They have a concept they understand as far as a fit standpoint. However, where you win and where you separate yourself on this scheme is you must work on what I call the club and climb technique, the CC, all right? The next thing is half line drills and then fold fits that go within it. So what we'll do is, from a practice and a drill standpoint, we'll have what we call on our lighter days, whether it's Thursday, day before the game, whether it's Sunday evenings, anytime the special teams are going, we'll have one set of stations that's working setback drills, punch, dual schemes, what I call point of attack, big fits, and all the techniques you usually hear about, all right? But then the other side's going to work draw fits, okay? So we'll have a couple of coaches and we'll work those things because that's where you separate yourself. You don't separate yourself from a scheme standpoint. You separate yourself, you understand the scheme now from a technical standpoint and also from a physical standpoint, you understand what's happening, okay? And the last part of the thought process and the key coaching points and thoughts would be make a production. We'll tell our guys all the time, it's not good enough just to raise up and go. No, we must make a production. How does that work? Well, first of all, it's going to be with your stance. What kind of stance are we in, okay? We're going to make sure we understand what we want to do about separating the D linemen and the linebackers in regards to levels. We're going to make line calls that correspond with our 5 and 6 man protection. Okay, we're going to set in such a way and have a demeanor that knows we're thinking about speed rush, we're thinking about bull rush, we're thinking about twist pickup, we're dueling, we're verticaling, and what I say, we're going to sell the deal. All these things are important. They're key points and they're thoughts, and it takes it one step further, which is why I wanted to talk about it. All right, the rules for 60-61 have never changed. I started coaching football in 1982 for a guy named Charlie Pell, and I worked for Mike Shanahan. But my first full-time job was with Red Parker. And Red Parker had a lot of Bill Walsh's offense. He had some guys from Clemson that played for them, and it was a big split-back team. Now, I don't know, Bill Walsh was running the outside veer and the counter option like we were in split backs. But what we did do, we ran a bunch of lead draw. And at the end of the year, we would always break down our runs like we still do and say, what is our percentages? How many yards per run? What did it average? And it always averaged, one of the biggest runs we had was the draw. You would never think that. So we would run the lead draw, okay? So the rules are the same as it was back in 84, okay? We're going to slide one way, and we're going to lead on the play side backer. We're going to determine it accordingly, all right? We're going to roll through these rules real quick. and I'm going to tell you what some of the coaching points are, okay? First of all, the play side tackle is going to obviously pass set and sell the deal like we talked about. His set, his demeanor, his body, okay? And then he's going to set and climb drive number 2 from the 0 point. So we'll have a target. We'll go over in a minute, all right? He's going to pass set. He's going to block number 2 from the 0 point, all right? You can call it lock. You can call it fan. But we'll fit the first 2 down line at the point of attack, all right? A thing underneath that says pass set, half body, club, and climb. All right, we'll have drills. We'll talk about draw period. We'll be in shorts with bags, pass set, pass set, pass set. Where's his body? Where's his body? Boom, half body. We don't want to have a perfect set and cylinder him up, obviously, on any kind of draw or screen. And then we'll club and climb. Now, in the coaching points, it'll say, hey, what are our splits? Do we not want to kind of open up a little bit wider? Okay. And then it says patient sets. We don't want to beat anybody off the sets like you don't, okay? So we want them to have the advantage on the vertical get off. So we'll tell our guys, hey, look here, have patient sets. Don't set and beat them off the ball, okay? What is your landmark? Landmark is the inside half of your assignment, okay, based on your slide side or the big side, okay? Again, slow set goes back to the patient set, and we'll club up and climb drive. That's important. That's the technique. Club up and climb drive. Now, the play side guard is identical. He'll go to those same drills, and those stations will do. Okay? And then he'll have number 1, LOS. He'll have lock, fan, pass set, half the body, club, and climb. Same coaching points, okay? Now, the center is the same coaching points. He'll club and climb drive to the 0 or the target, okay? He'll pass set, half body. We don't want to stone anybody. I get on my guys all the time, and so do you. I don't need a perfect set and bring him to a 2 fit on a screen or a draw. Give me a break, right? So boom, I want to right now emphasize it's half body, okay? But take away the inside or the side away from your help. Now on his IDing, if it's versus an even front, we'll always slide 3 away from the call side, basically, okay? If it's odd, we'll understand where the point is and who we have booked for either the lead linebacker or the RPO linebacker, okay? Backside guard, backside tackle will basically slide. You'll see 0, number 1, and number 2 from the target. Again, they'll alter their splits. They'll sell the deal. They'll have patient sets on their slide. All right, they'll have landmarks. All right, slow set, and they'll club up and climb drive. Okay, so that's the offensive line rules. Obviously, quarterback, depending on whether it's a lead draw, it's 2 back, it's 1 back, it's the quarterback carrying the ball, the running back, and the same thing. But as far as the line goes, all right, that's our rules. Okay, now on the lead draw. If we talk about the lead draw, whether it be 2x2, 3x1, we're going to book the play side linebacker. We're going to have it, okay? So on the top left, we're going to slide away. The reason I said earlier it doesn't eat up schematic time, it's really no different whether it be 7-man protection or 6-man protection. Where's your slide and where's your lock man side? And now once we've booked that, we know who our 5 are. So from a schematic standpoint, it's not an issue. From a technique standpoint, from a half line standpoint, from an adjustment standpoint, we'll spend all our time to separate ourselves in that world, okay? On the top right, we have a 61 lead. I'm using 60-61 because in 84, that's what we use. It's 61 lead. We know right now to our left is the point of attack. The center's told in this situation, I'm going to slide the 3 away. You'll see 1, 2 LOS. We will always ID, always. We don't block fronts. We'll block rules. And then we'll also understand who has the Mike backer, okay? Bottom left, obviously the same thing. In the bottom right, we got 61 lead. You have kind of an odd look with a tight. We're locking 1, 2 LOS from the point. What is the point? The point is nose. And what you'll see is, earlier you saw a cog. We'll fold it, and down the bottom right you'll see some kind of a gut scheme fold. And that's week to week according to how you want to do it and how we do it. Okay, so there's obviously fold schemes that go along with it, and we'll have all that in our stations before practice or after practice to make sure we get drill work on folds, on half line, how we set, and how we club and climb drive. All right. Now, this is, like I said earlier, this is a 2-back draw, and we're just lined up here, and we're going to tight end off the ball, or an H or a Y, and the first thing we'll do is we'll identify who we have. So we're always going to go away. So if we have a stack left or a nose call, we'll know number 6 here is our lead guy. So we'll take the rest and work in a slide scheme, all right? And then now the tight end will have obviously the play side backer, all right? All right, so as we work here and we set and come off the ball, he's got a, what we'll call stack left, or we'll call Mike left, what have you, right? We would like to, obviously, this is earlier, we like to make sure we're more patient here by my left guard, okay? The tackles are both trying to work the inside number. If I can get the inside number, I'm going to toss him out, okay? We're going to club and climb drive. I would like the center to club, climb drive, finish your block, right? If I had a correction here, it'd be my play side guard sliding over more on the initial takeoff, and then chasing, obviously, his assignment, which is number 40, okay? The Y will shuffle, he'll look for light, he'll lead, and once again, we'll just call the lead draw, and it's not a third down play, it's a second down play, it's an anytime play, and it's a great change up, and it adds to how you do things, okay? Now, on this right here, this is a lot of things that we're getting in our conference and a lot of other conferences. We've put this scenario here where we know what we have here. We're going to run the draw play, right? So the center will call nose base, and basically right now the guards know they have 47, 45. We're going to pass set, sell the deal, and then club and drive. We're talking about the lead draw here because we're going to go ahead and work ourselves into the RPO draw. Lead draw, who are we leading on? From a game standpoint, we're putting the fullback on the high backer, which is number 29. Tackles will set, climb drive, and try to take the inside number. Guards will work with them, and we'll pass them off accordingly. All right? Just another avenue and a different look. Could we go stack left, right? But in this situation, we blocked the 5 in front of us, and we gave the deep backer to the H and the Y. All right? All right, in this situation here, obviously, it's the same thing. We got lead draw. We got one back with the quarterback. So the center will now relay his call to make sure we understand which way we're sliding, and the right guard and right tackle will have 1 and 2 LOS. Okay, so they'll work what we call the lock scheme. All right, what you should see is pass set, boom. Let's watch the left tackle. He'll set, boom, take the inside number. We should club, climb, and stay with it. Right tackle, club, climb, maintain the inside number. Remember, they'll recover across your face. I call it prevent recovery. We'll work that drill where they fold back inside. Club and climb, club and climb. Now we have a lead draw. It's a quarterback draw. All right, coming off the goal line. I mean, it's another option play. If the box gets light, let's fit it up. Now we have a scheme here. We have some disruption. All right. But once again, we have a lead draw. So in a lead draw, we'll always work away from the point of attack. So right here, we're going to call Mike left Louis or Mike left Leo, right? Whatever our slide calls are. There you go. Once again, we're going to do that on drop back. So right now, from a schematic standpoint, we should be in good shape, okay? Center's got backside 0. Backside guard's going to slide backside 1. Backside tackle 76 got C gap to 2. And now we're going to lock 1, 2 LOS on the insert side. What is the insert side? Well, if it's 72 or 60, it's our right side. All right. So we got a blitz here. Basically, it's a six-man game, and we're going to go arrow X in the A gaps. All right. Center obviously takes first come, first serve. All right. Run back works over and fits his guy up. But as long as we stay on the same concept schematically, we're sliding to one side, we're locking the other, we'll fit the 5 up. We'll be in good shape. We don't have to reinvent the wheel. I mean, it won't steal time from a schematic standpoint. We're already working these schemes and these alignments and assignments. What we will work are technique, fundamentals, and adjustments to different games such as this. Do a nice job by the right guard finishing, obviously. Club, climb, finish. And do a nice job getting upfield. I mean, do you go the distance? Do you move first down? And so forth and so on, all right? Now, from that, we're going to work the RPO draw. But once again, the beauty from a line coach's standpoint is it's no different. Okay, we're going to find our five. We're going to find the backer we're booked. Whether we booked him for the lead back, whether we booked him for the quarterback, whether we booked him for the tight end, we'll find that one and we're going to slide away, right? So all the concepts stay the same. When I say the concepts are, it's good anywhere. It's not just good on third down, okay? When we have the right numbers in the right box, when we can separate the levels, okay, we can use different flexible formations, different approaches, different presentations, and run the same scheme, then we're getting ahead. Okay. Now over here on the top left, it's the same thing. We have nose left, and we're sliding to that side to make sure we understand who 0, 1, 2 is. We will fold it, so now we have a center guard combination over there. Okay. On the top right, it's 60. We're going to RPO, and once again, we'll have a cue that controls that. Our lineman will understand that. So whether it's lead draw or we're RPO, we're good to go. Okay, we're blocking the same assignments. Again, it does not steal time from us. It's the same football play. It's the same play we blocked back in 1984 with split backs with Coach Parker at Delta State. I'm blocking the exact same assignments. Okay, so right in the bottom left, once again, it's a stick draw. Everybody runs it. Okay, now here once again we're going to look at it. We're going to spread it out, all right? And we got the quarterback. He's booked. In this situation, he's booked Mike. Nickel Sam's out. We have a 5-man box. Will's in the box. So whether it be 6-man protection, whether it be lead draw, we're going to slide one side, lock the other. The quarterback has the mic, and we'll read. All right, now, let me talk about the levels for a second. You can see, other than a couple of my guards here stoning the guys, right? You can see the levels start to change. You can see backers bailing, so they're losing the eyes. There's a level change between the second level and the first level, all right? And we have those 5 guys. Again, we want to sell the deal. We want to pass set, throw your hands up, make slide calls, watch the twist. We want to sell the deal at the quarterback and running back. We want to make sure those levels expand. We want people to lose their eyes, okay? Set. Now, from an end zone copy, he's going to call Mike right, slide calls. They're going to pass set, get your hands up. The tackles are going to have strong inside hand. You should feel a strong inside hand. Watch your right tackle slap and turn him upfield, right? We want to get him to what we call the no recovery point, where he can't come back across our face. A little bit softer inside on our set to make sure we're getting upfield. Do I want the left guard to stone the guy right down the middle? Probably not, okay? We are trying to club and climb. Club and climb, finish your block, club, climb. It's not a finesse gig. It's a physical deal. The only thing finesse about it is selling the deal. When we connect, it's an absolute war, okay? So get on your guy, boom, finish all the way to the echo with a whistle, all right? We hadn't got anybody on the 12th man here. The umpire on the hash. I hadn't figured that out yet, but we'll see what we can do here, right? Okay, once again, let's talk about the draw play. Now we're 2 by 2. Okay, you can see it's 1st and 10. Right, it's 1st and 10. Got a light box. Okay, got a light box, obviously. All right. So we'll collect these guys, and we'll go ahead and put the quarterback on the outside nickel Sam. Okay, he's walking around, and we'll ID it away. Let's watch it from this end zone, this copy here, right? Once again, I talked about changing the levels. Look at the first level, get upfield, get upfield, get upfield, and look at the second level, begin to bail. Obviously, your numbers are what you want, but the biggest thing I want to say is look at lose the eyes. We have support defenders that if we run the play, if we run the inside play, they have their eyes inside, and now they're lost. Okay, so it's going to make them check longer. They lose it. We got less defenders. We have 5 guys blocking 4. It's a play. It's 1st and 10. We found we can do it on slow tempo. We found we can do it on fast tempo. We'd like to be a little bit wider here. Okay, so again, we're going to go ahead and book the defender of the field, which is the nickel Sam. All right. Tackle's doing a nice job trying to club, the left-hand club, and work him outside. Doing clubbing, and we're climbing, clubbing, and climbing, clubbing, and climbing, clubbing, and climbing. All right. My right guard's got his eyes in the right place. He gets hung up, so he's not doing the right thing, so we're not targeted. But if we get off number 50 here and get our eyes are on the right guy, and then we're in good shape. But once you see again, we're losing the outside support guys. Here we go here. Obviously, it's 2 by 2. We do have a third and forever here. Obviously, we come off the ball. We sell the deal. We sell the deal. Again, we call it, it's basically we're working the 5-on-5. We know who we have booked, right? We know who we have booked. And we're basically going to work that guard to the right backer, number 18. He's going to call nose base, all right? I like what the guy's trying to do. Watch the inside hand on 55. Want to slap and throw him outside. Same thing with 53. At that club hand, now I want to climb him. Climb, climb, climb. 76 wants to bang any B-gap presence. No B-gap presence. I'm going to redirect. All right. 73 does a decent job. Boom, no presence. Now I'm going to break down, come to balance, get a wider base, and learn to block in space. Another drill we'll do. Okay, center, set, club. If I have an issue, my guard will usually bang that guy before going to the second level. Nice job by the right guard finishing. Left, stay a bit longer here. All right. All right, once again, we're going to a 3-by-1 look here. All right. It's we got a 3-by-1 look here, so we'll go ahead and book the Mike backer. We got our eyes on him again. Should sell a little bit more drop back, at least by our left guard. Our left tackle's overdoing the patient bit. We're about offside, but you see what happens if we are patient. We end up with him upfield. Both tackles are doing a nice job. We're in a set. Now we have to release and climb drive the Mike backer. All right. All right. Okay. Doing a good job on the draw play. So right now we're going to work stack left to number 1. The right guard and center have the nose to number 1. We're fanning on the backside just like we would on drop back protection. We're inserting on 19. There's a draw play. It's the technique. It's the technique. It's the fundamentals, and it's the aggressiveness of how you handle it. So both tackles need to be lit up. Pass set, sell the deal. Now club and climb. Force him outside. Right guard, club, climb, get the base. Center, boom, go, go, go. Left guard, club, climb. And once again, I don't have anybody for the 12th man. All right? At least my guys, 65 and 73 and even 55, they've all pretty much acknowledged whose payroll's that gone. But, all right, here we go. So we got right now, we're going boom to the right. We got draw again. All right, we know who we booked. We know who we booked here. All right, so we set. We're going to go Mike right. We're going to call our slide calls. We're going to pass set and sell the deal. Right, set, climb. A little bit out of hand here, the right tackle, but he does slap the inside shoulder. I would like him to set a little bit slower. All right, boom. We get hung up on our nose guard. All right, we're not going to pull the center around, but we do want to get off faster. Okay. He has the back, all right? He has the back, so we're in good shape on that. Another good reason the draw may pop out the back side, pop out the front side. That's why I said it's good versus games. Your pirates, your techs, all the things that stop the inside zone, we can let them run out of the way and create some light in the defense. Okay, again, it gets to be repetitive here on this right here. We'll just look at it from this copy here. So we booked the Mike linebacker. We set, it's 2nd and 10. We're just kind of sitting around here. We have a light box. We're pass setting. Again, if you look at it, we're losing eyes up top. All of our eyes on our support defenders are away. We're in coverage. We've changed the lanes and levels by the ends. They're hard upfield. So now we have to bang, club, and climb the inside 3 in order to make a play. Okay? So again, this is not the only play we run. This is a change of pace. It's different formations. It's different areas of the field. It also combats the games. We like it. Gives you a chance to get, bottom line, it gets down to get the ball up the field and put air in the defense. Bottom line. Club and climb. All right, here we go again. Now we're in again, 3x1 again. More like your stick draw, swing draw, empty, what have you, who we're reading, who we're booking. Okay. All right, so in this situation, we've basically called nose. So we have a fan on the back side, or Mike right, stack left, what have you, right? Stack right. And now the left guard and the center are working a combination. The back side is going to fan. Now, when I say the back's to the right side, we want to be patient here. This is going to happen about 3 different ways up top. Up in the boundary, you're going to get some kind of a text. You're getting a pirate. You're getting a drop. So right now, we want to be patient and double stab the B-gap presence and see the end. All right, and then work from there. Okay, let's watch the club and climb technique. All right. All right. From that standpoint, all right, you got here, club, climb, set. Again, we're losing eyes, we're changing levels. We're losing eyes from support players, and we're changing levels up front. So get them covered up, create light in the defense. So here we go again. All right, we'll look at it from this copy here. All right. All right. So we got a ID here. We'll call the mic, the nose. We block the 5. We're reading the mic. All right, and we throw it. Okay, so we'll set. I would like the left guard in this scenario. We would like to get a little deeper to sell the deal. Okay, we throw it now. Okay, we're gonna throw it. Boom. We're gonna block it every single time, just like the option days. And it's always a give. It's never a throw in our world, okay? So make that a note. Our guys will say it is always going to run the draw. If they don't run the draw, whatever. But we're blocking for him to hand off 100% of the time, okay? Again, club, climb, finish your block, work your combo schemes, your fans, and so on, okay? Okay, the next thing I want to talk about, and I want to review real quick. I know we spend a lot of time at the clinics. Even the run schemes at the point of attack. What about the zone drive fit? What about your hands? What about sometimes you got to be careful. We want to spend time on the backside and make sure we understand on the run fits as well. What are we really isolating? Let's talk about this. So, and I think a lot of times you'll come to clinics, or I do, and I hear so much about this transition, and he's a spin guy, and he's a take it guy, and all of that is absolutely true. Twist pickup and man schemes on the man side, on the lock side. I want to just talk a little bit about the back side. It's not really the back side, it's the dual, it's the slide side. And all I'm going to just throw out some concepts and some ideas and some things that that make it easier for our guys to understand actually what their rules are and how they apply. Okay, in other words, to the slide side. I know we have three kinds of slide. All right, we have the full slide, which is gap, which is one back or two back, where we're only responsible for an area. In other words, it'd be going to the right. Let's say it's rope. To the left, it's lasso, and now we're going to slide over, get big in our gap. It's got nothing to do with man, with assignment. It's got to do with area. Okay, that's one set of techniques. Then we have a half solid slide. The half solid slide would be in our 7-man protection, or any time we keep the back and the slide on the same side. What that would mean to us is we're not responsible for anything other than the box players or outside the exterior players. We already have someone blocking that person, okay? So we have the box on the solid slide. What I want to talk about is the dual slide, which occurs mostly, obviously, in the 5- and 6-man drop back protection. All right? And once again, I think there's some things, and the reason I want to just visit with you about this is this actually eats up more time than you think about. And if you can find a way to get it all put in one piece, then you can go back to going back to getting it done and making sure everybody's on the same page, we're detailed, and we understand exactly what's going on the dual slide. Once again, a dual slide is that we have the ABC gap to the slide side to 012 plus number 4. That's our responsibility. We have to be aware of number 4, of the overhang of what I call the UFO. And as an example, at the end of the year, it's almost always, I have more trouble personally with the full slide where all you're doing is blocking area. And I think that's because, number one, it's the only thing like it. But number two, and you always assume, and that's where you're wrong. We don't ever want to assume anything, but as far as time spent individual, we're going to be good at everything we do. We're going to be detailed. We're going to have drills, whether it be walkthroughs. We're going to learn exactly what's going on, and we're going to have equal time to each. But once again, those are the schemes that I've had issues with, not the man schemes, not the 5-man protection. Heck, it's the slide schemes, right? So to start, when I say dual slide, I'm talking about the back side away from the lock side and big side, the one people don't usually talk about that much, okay? All right, what are we talking about here? How do guys learn? That's any scheme, assignments, visual, auditory, connect, whatever it is, right? Well, however they learn, okay? But it goes back to reps, all right? I'm about reps on film, reps in meetings, reps in walkthroughs, reps in practice, reps in half line. In other words, reps are the deal, okay? Visual reps, however they learn, let's figure it out and make sure from an assignment standpoint, they're sound. That's something we can control, all right? We can control assignments. Who has who, what's the target, what's the point, and let's make sure we're all on the same page and we're schematically sound, okay? And let's find out who is it? What is it? Visual? What particular technique do we need to use to make sure that we're all chirping the same exact thing? Okay. Communication. Of these 4 things here, that may be the most difficult thing that I've dealt with, but we're going to get this thing worked out. Okay. There's a way to get it worked out. And obviously, some guys are better than others. We're going to teach our guys how to point. What's the target? What's the ID? Okay. They're all going to call it. Okay. And then pressure recognition. What's the coverage? Is the backer expand? Did the safety cover up number 2? Is the corner pressed? Are the backers in the A gaps? What is the pressure? What's the recognition? And then we're going to communicate that. And we'll have code words. And we'll know what's going on based on film watch, based on film review, based on times they've done it, and how it applies to what we do on the backside on dual slide, okay? Your eyes, light communication. This is the other thing that when you really look at film and you break it down and you go back a year or so and say, let me look at how I taught that 2 years ago or a year ago. You can see them. Are they actually looking at number 54? Are they actually checking out number 28 on the hash? Do they see the rotation? Okay. Do they see the indicators of that 3 technique who was in the gap and now he's snug tight and they're getting ready to run a pirate and 6? What is it? What thing? And that's my job. That's our job. Okay. So we're going to be very, very careful. We're going to be very intelligent with our assignments. We're going to be very clear and concise with our communication. All right. And we're going to understand eye discipline. Where are your eyes? Where are the defense? Who has what gap? Why are they lined up? Why are they lined up? Why are they moving on one side? Where are they going? And the last part of this dual slide concept, these critical factors, is the depth. We're not going to set vertical for any reason. We are a need-based set football team. We're not just going to go straight back. We're going to have a reason. We're going to set hard. We're going to jump set. We're going to do what I call skate set, which is sliding right behind the line when we do our slide fits. We're going to have 45-degree sets, and if we're dueling and if we have first level blitzes and pressures, then now we're going to vertical set. But we're very need based. We are not repetitive. We are a need based set football team, and that's where it's going to be. Okay, so that's where we are. From here, talking about the dual slide. When I say dual slide, I'm not necessarily saying the back side. I'm not saying any side. I'm saying the slide side. So if we slide away from the back, which will change, whether it be by the game, whether we see more field fire zones, we see boundary fire zones, we're breaking up tendencies, we buzz the back. For whatever reason, it's the slide side. Doesn't mean it's the back side, it's the slide side. One side sliding, and in 5-man, we're dueling. We're dueling that side, all right? If it's 6-man, we're locking, and we're inside to out. All right, so from an assignment standpoint, our center will set, slide a gap, and cover 0. Different than the lock side, the man side. So he's going to set, pass set, he's going to slide set the A first, okay? But he's going to block 0, and that word lag means that unlike full slide, we're responsible. It's really a half slide. Okay, so right now I'm responsible for 0, and I'm going to lag behind his inside shoulder. Okay, if that inside shoulder stays wide, I stay in the A gap, read the A gap. Okay, if that inside shoulder jolts across to the lock side, then I'm going to travel with him. But we're going to lag behind him and not overset. All right. Next thing's the slide side guard, not the back side guard, the slide side guard. He's going to set, slide. He's going to have slide side B gap. He's going to cover up number 1. Again, I'm not talking about technique here. I'm talking about assignments, okay? He's going to cover up number 1, and he's going to lag. Where's he going to lag? I'm going to lag behind the inside shoulder of number 1. Does that mean I'll pass him off, but whoever number 1 becomes, I'm lagging behind the inside shoulder, okay? Slide side tackle, same thing. Slide side B gap, boom, should be C gap, boom, cover number 2, and lag behind, okay? All right. On the dual slide concepts, once again, we're not talking about backside, front side. We're talking about the slide side, all right? Again, it comes in our 5- and 6-man protection. When we explain this, and we go through this in detail with our guys, both from a film meeting standpoint, a walkthrough standpoint, and then full speed standpoint, we want to establish some things, right? We want to emphasize some critical points, okay? First of all, we're going to have a reason to slide the way we do. Either A, it's their priority blitz side. B, it's a game side where we have a lot of TEs, ETs, and it'll eat up those things because we're gap man assigned. All right. It may be a dominant rusher. It may be for whatever reason. But we're going to change that up week to week. All right. We'll change that up between the play. All right. But when we establish and emphasize it on the slide side, we're now gaining helps and double teams versus D-line disruption, box disruption, second level, first level. This is the first thing. I'm not talking about the outside exterior pressures, just the box alone, okay? I'm going to say these 3 things when I'm talking about the dual side. I'm going to say the word level up. I will use that buzzword a lot, level up, meaning that If we're on the slide side and we're working gaps to people, then we want to have a hip-to-hip relationship. So we're talking about departure set based on a second-level linebacker. If the second-level linebacker and his demeanor is such that he's flat-footed, now we're dealing with the first-level guys for the most part. We're going to do what we call a skate set, which is basically right behind the line, build a wall, and once again, our depth is need-based. We have 2 rushers, 1 rusher, fanning. We don't need to get depth. They're right in front of us, okay? As the backer comes up and we start to feel games, then we'll sync accordingly, okay? One other thing about level up, because what will happen is in order to build this, you have to build trust. The tackle has to trust that when he sets, my backside slide side guard, will be in my hip pocket. Now I can set my defender thick, okay? The guard has to trust the same thing on the center. So we can't be on different levels. We have to be on the same level. The tackle can now set shallow because he has help inside based on linebacker's depth, okay? But once again, based on what we're seeing, we must maintain the same level, okay? And the center, slide side guard, slide side tackle must feel a hip-to-hip relationship, okay? It's based on the backer, based on the games, but on that side, we don't want to give a lot of ground unless we have to, okay? Now, the second thing about dual slide concepts, when you talk about establishing and emphasizing the helps and doubles, okay, is it's a gap man assignment, okay? It's gap to man. So we know what 3 we have. We're going to slide the A, slide the B, slide the C. And once again, center slide A, lag, cover 0. Backside guard, slide B, boom, slide side tackle, slide C, all right? Now, the difference on the dual slide and the solid slide is the tackle obviously has to understand where number 4 is. On the solid slide, we're going to block the box, the 3 defenders right in front of our face. Okay, they've already been ID'd by the center's point. We're talking about someone that has not been ID'd, someone that's outside of our world. Okay, that's why I call him a UFO. He's unidentified. Okay, not the guys we've identified. All right, so the slide side tackle, I don't care if it's right, left, the backside, the field, the boundary, empty, does not matter. If we have a slide scheme on and we're not in a base fit, we're going straight back. Then right now he's responsible for any number 4 or the unidentified guy outside our 0-1-2 fit. He's to understand it through eye contact, through eye discipline, through defensive alignment, and he's to communicate it to the rest of the line of scrimmage so now our slide can change accordingly. Okay? Now, the third part about getting helps and getting double teams. If you truly talk about, well, we got helps here, it goes further than that. I know you have, we all know we have helps. How do you emphasize it to your guys to when they can set thick, when they can set the guy thin, when they can slide, why they can do that? Do I have my inside covered? Did the backer walk up and now we're calling man? What is it? Well, in order to truly get trust in your guys to help each other, we work what we call the triangles. We find the triangles or the bubble in the old days. Where's the bubble at? Okay, so now we'll have one guy in that triangle on that slide side that will set, and then we call it stab, eye, and spy progression. Stab, eye, and spy. So we need to find it, and then we'll locate it, we'll put it on film, we'll walk through it, and we'll all say, who has a triangle? Okay, in this look, who has a triangle? And when we determine that, now the guy who doesn't have a triangle knows where his help is. It's pretty simple, okay? Now, to find the doubles, to establish where the doubles are, to make your guys feel better about setting thick, knowing they have help, okay, to make your guys understand it's the slide side, we're building a wall. Where are the double teams at? Where are my helps? That's going to change my sets and my leverage, okay? Here we go, all right? So one thing, based on where the second level player is, we're going to level up. We're going to level up our slide side. It may be different than this different than empty, different than this. We're going to level up, right? So center, slide side guard, slide side tackle, whether it be off the ball, on the ball, we're going to level up and be in the same seconds where our responsibilities are ABC gap to 0, 1, 2, asterisk number 4, which the tackle will tell us, and we'll all relay that, all right? To maintain a double team position. You cannot be on 2 different levels and secure doubles. Now you lose trust. Now guys start doing their own thing. No. We're going to understand exactly what to communicate, what side we're on, who has a triangle, okay? Number 2, one's level up. The second part is stab, eye, and spy, okay? Stabbing. I'm going to stab. If I have the triangle, I'm going to stab with a long arm inside hand, okay? When I stab, let's say I'm on the right side, I'm going to stab my left arm if I have an A-gap player guard, if I'm a tackle, center, whatever it is, right? So I'm going to stab first, and that's creating one double team. So I know now that whoever I'm stabbing who's not assigned to me, that guy behind me knows he's getting doubled with 3 hands, okay? I'm going to always keep my eye as I slide my gap on my assignment. Never will I leave my eye on my assignment until he drops or is not a guy, okay? And if I have the triangle, I'm going to stab my inside hand as I settle on my skate on my level, okay? I'm going to eye my second level linebacker, and as soon as he's flat-footed, his demeanor leaves, then I'm going to continue to slide to get the second double team as I spy the gap. Problems you have are my eyes are in the wrong place. The problems you'll have, you won't get the stab to create the first double team. Your eyes may not be in the right place on your guy, and also on your spy fit, our eyes aren't in the inside gap, and when that happens, now there's a trust breakdown. Everybody has to understand who has whose back all the time, okay? All right, in this look here, we have a slide left. As you see here, we're sliding left to the back side. So we're going to slide right. We're going to slide left. We're going to move the back to the right, bump him, buzz him, to continue to offset any tendency that we may have, okay? So right now, the center's he's called Mike Left Leo. What he said is you know what? That's 0. That's the target. Regardless of what defense it is, the slide side guard has the first defender past the point, and the tackle has a second defender, and the Leo stands for the slide side. It indicates 2 things. Number 1, it indicates the factors that we've been over, and the critical factors that we're going to talk about. It also indicates anytime we have a slide side, anytime the side away has lock big from the slide side. What does that mean? That means sometimes there'll be an odd look and he'll say base. He won't say slide. It'll be a 4-1 look. He'll say base. He'll say this. He'll say that. But when he says slide, that just booked our assignment away from the slide, and it also booked slide gap to the first 3 on the left, okay, in this situation, okay? So we got Mike Left Leo, all right? So if they do have second level, if they hit the second level, boom, we're good in any combination of that matter, all right? 0 hits the A, 1 hits the B, 2 hits the C, or anywhere, we're going to slide accordingly. If we have issues, we'll have calls. For instance, ABC or what have you on the amount of depth we get. We're going to start off and we're going to be firm on that side, and we're going to skate until we have calls that we have to get looser because we're dueling to maybe a number 4 or a UFO. Okay. All right. So let's go back here. So right here, the center has the triangle. All right, and we'll talk about that. The left guard needs to understand. The right guard needs to understand I can get 2 double teams here. I can get a double team, the center's right hand on the 2-eye. He's going to stab, and he'll eye 0, and he's going to spy a gap for number 1 to come inside. So I'm getting a double team my right hand, and I'm doubling with my eyes to the 3 technique spike. Okay? All right, so the next one here, right, is a center right here. Boom. He's called Mike Left Leo. Same thing. He has a triangle. All right. stab. The right guard knows where's my help coming from. My help's from the inside, so I get 3 hands on a 1, I protect the outside move. If I'm the left guard, I need to determine, is that backer at depth? If he's at depth, then now my help is going to come, boom, from my center on that triangle. He's going to stab, eye, and spy. Okay? If the backer walks up, we'll have a money call or a Mako call that says, boom, we got man, slide is off, because all our defenders are in front of us. Okay? Once again, we'll have 1 to LOS. We're sliding to the back to change what we do. Okay? All right. Just a short note here. Anytime, whether it's man or slide, we'll tell our tackles in this situation, if you have B-gap presence, whether it's a 2-point defender, 3-point defender, wide 3, we'll have calls, and we'll, again, long stab the inside hand, and now we will vertical. We want to stay inside. Knee in the B, eyes on the E. Knee in the B, eyes on the E. All right, the end will tell you what's fixing to happen, okay? So we do not want to expand. Set out, skate, versus a B-gap presence. We will now sink back, all right? We'll have a call for that, all right? Knee in the B, eyes on the E, all right? All right, in this situation, once again, we're sliding to the left. The call is Mike left, Leo, all right? He's going to call Mike left, actually be nose left, but those 3, boom, will block those 3, okay? In this situation here, your left guard has the triangle, and we'll talk about that. The tackle knows it. The left tackle knows, okay, I got you. And the left tackle needs to understand, in this situation on the slide side, if that backer stays at depth, then now I'm going to set thick, and I have help from my left guard, okay? Center sets, he knows he has help. Where's his help coming from? Well, I got a double team on the A-gap player. I'm going to I-30. And then my tackle and guard know we have a double team on the end, okay? Why do we do the slide side? Well, we'll do it to change, all right, for frequency to the back, away from the back. We'll do it on percentages of field blitz versus boundary blitz, all right? We'll do it on a dominant rusher. We'll do it on first level line games. So that'll be a game plan deal. And what I'm talking about is basically the slide side itself being responsible for those 3 through A, B, and C and finding the triangle, okay? All right, here's a situation here. They run straight ahead. Doesn't matter. We'll settle back. We have A, B, C to 0, 1, 2. If they crisscross, we're good. We're good to go. On the right side, we're always locking 1, 2 LOS. We're big on the right. We're sliding to the left, okay? Now, as a starter, and what I want to talk about in a second, our tackle is always responsible, okay, always for number 4 on the slide side. So whether it be a Leo, a Rex, wherever the tackle is, he must have eye discipline. He must see the safeties. He must see the corners. He must see the rotation. He must see movement, the inside backers. And any time we get a close threat, there's a presence, we're outnumbered, then he'll have certain calls and indicators that he'll tell the center, the guard, and the tackle, you know what, I got an issue outside on number 4. We're going to duel this look. Let's duel 30 in this situation. So we have the triangle, we're blocking the box, but we also have mechanisms that'll account for number 4 or the UFO. All right? All right. This is versus exterior blitzes, which we've just talked about. All right, the dual slide versus exterior. And when I say exterior, anytime we have inside blitz, when it's dogs, I say that's right in front of our face. Those usually aren't the issue on the slide side. I mean, we'll talk about depth. We'll talk about box dogs. We'll talk about double A gaps, double B gaps, 6-1s, but they've already been identified. The guys that have identified, we're going to be communicating. We're going to square up on our sets. We're going to fit the leverage and lag, but that's right in front of us. All right. What I'm talking about is a guy that really the back is responsible for when he scans, or he's not in our count. He's not in our count. Okay. He's a guy that's beyond our count, So we have those three, and now the slide side tackle in this situation will be responsible for IDing any threat or presence outside what's already been identified, okay? So in this situation here, say we're going to slide right, okay, and the center's going to call nose right Rex. He's going to call boom, 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 and Mike Wright. We're 3 for 3. The right tackle's responsible for activity. He's responsible for defensive alignments, numbers, and what have you. And now he's to communicate, not as icing on the cake. That's his responsibility. Okay, so in this situation here, we're nose right. We're 3 for 3. We'll lock to left, 1-2 LOS. Unidentified guy to the right. How do we know? Well, it's numbers, activity, it's safety, rotation, it's alignments, it's film study. What is it? Okay, now, as an example, if we had solid slide to our right, if 87 moved over and it was a solid slide scheme, then we are booked in the box. That means he would call nose right. We would have basically the right guard have a triangle, and we would be 3 for 3, and number 87 would have number 4 on the outside. In this situation, when I talk about an exterior threat, we're in a 6-man protection. Now we have to duel. What does duel mean? That means if our right tackle here sees a UFO, sees number 4, an exterior rusher outside of our count, he starts chirping, he starts communicating, and now the right guard starts calling out the backer's number in the center. The right guard and the right tackle will call duel, the second level player, all right, duel to kick number 4. They'll have calls. It's not important what they have, but they'll think 34. Us 3 block any combination of those 4. The back's still assigned, unless it's empty, obviously, right? So we're still set, but we're going to block through the most dangerous of those 4 defenders by the play side tackle calling his out. Now, once again, just as a drawing to understand the concept, our back is to the right here. We're sliding to the left, okay? It's Leo slide, Leo. It's nose left, Mike left. We're 3 for 3. But we're not in max or solid slide. We're in dual slide. That means our slide side tackle needs to see the indicators. What are the indicators? Well, we're basically in the boundary. Our safety's off the hash. Okay. We have a setup to where, you know what, this is a possible. Don't mean it's going to happen, but now we're going to make sure we understand us 3 have any combination of those 4, to number 4. Now, the back will still obviously scan, but here's the program. The program is we want him out on the route. We want him spotting up, and if they bring 3, we got 3 blockers, we see 0 reason for the back to come back. We got enough guys that can do that, all right? So bottom line here is, once again, you've got a dual slide to your left. You've got nose left. What does that mean? It means the center slides the A to 0, lag behind them. The guard's going to double stab, has the triangle. He's going to slide B, double stab the guy to get 1 double team. He's going to I-18, and he's going to spy the B gap to help your left tackle. Now, when you have a number 4 threat, your left tackle will be the guy that gives up the indicator. We will all read number 18. When I say all, the slide side. The right side has nothing to do with it. The right side's either mollying, they're dueling on 5-man, and or they're locking big because the back's inside to out to backside on 6-man. So it's a slide side issue, not solid slide, not full slide. Hey, number 4 is our guy. All right, now if they bring all 4, then we're going to try to block all 4. And we also have the back's eyes back there, okay? What does that mean? That means the tackle is going to double duty and block number 2 and number 4 outside, okay? Will he do it? Yeah, he will. Okay, good. So here we go. So what we're going to get here, we're in 2x2. Don't know. Are they coming? Are they not coming? It's first down, all right? So here's a look. All right, back's over the right. We got numbers and activity up there. He goes Mike right, nose right, Rex. So we have our ABC slide to 0, 1, 2, +1. How do we handle that? The tackle sees we got R3. I have a UFO above him. So whether it's up top, corner, safety, nickel Sam, if we have another defender outside, that tackle's going to communicate dual 34. Dual 34. That means now we're going to change our sets. We're still going to level up. We're going to be hip to hip. We're going to work the triangle. But now we're going to sink deeper, because anytime we're dueling a second level player, now it is vertical, now it is depth. Now it is get off the line, feel the backer. He stays flat-footed. We start pushing ourselves out, domino, A, B, C, to pick up the fourth guy outside. If the backer triggers, you have to go straight vertical back to stay inside. Okay? If he doesn't, now we skate to pick up the fourth guy. Now, from this picture here, you can see the center giving the point. He said, hey, I'm going Mike right, I'm going nose right Rex. We have ABC to 0, 1, 2. Okay? The right tackle's pointing to number 22, like at corner a minute ago. This is a field guy, right? He says, I got trash outside. I got a UFO. I have a number 4. He's beyond our world. He's outside of it. So now I'm going to tell the rest of the slide side, let's get ready to sink deeper, and let's read number 34 here. Now, number 34 comes here, okay, and they have their Steeler switch. And we're going to pick up the first 3, all right? If our tackle can pick up 1 and make the last number 4 run the hump, we win. The back is still on the UFO. Okay, but anytime we're on the slide side, we don't lock it. All right, we don't lock it with just us 3 and those 4 and the back. The back's going to spy, because if we pick up the 3 real rushers and they don't have a 4th rusher, then what we're going to say is we need to block the guys that are coming after the quarterback, right? So we're going to go Mike nose right. We're going ABC. Boom, we're blocking the 3 for 3. We're blocking the triangle. We're getting calls for a UFO number 4 on the edge. Set, hike. We're deeper, and now we're all dueling 34. All right? All right, in this situation here, it's not an overload. Safety's on the hash. Safety's up in pretty decent shape as far as the assignments go. All right? It becomes a saw blitz from a 3-3. All right? But in a situation here, let's say we say, boom, stack left, the center and the right guard would fit 1, and then 62 and 79 would slide B, slide C on a Leo scheme. We could slide either way for that matter, but it really wouldn't matter because they bring the outside guys, and we're in good shape on that end of it, okay? So that's the slide side. If we did have a call where number 4 came, I would now include the right guard and the center to spy 1 and keep pushing it over to number 4 weak. Okay? All right, now, how this works is this way. One of the more sophisticated blitzes that we'll see, all right, if we have a drop back protection and we're sliding to what we feel is a pressure side or the away from the back or to the field or to the boundary, and it's a 3 down, all right, you may start off by calling nose base and dueling the right guard and right tackle. But if that right tackle begins to communicate and then have indicators, we may work that thing to a slide fit, which in this situation will be Mike right Ray. All right? You got the ABC on a Ray call to 0. Well, 0's Mike. -1 is the end. -2 is the nickel Sam. Okay? What that means is this boundary safety is the UFO, right? And as that slide side tackle sees that sassy look or double outside, as he sees the mic expand to cover number 2, as he sees the indicators, then now he's going to say kick, he's going to say 34, he's going to say something that says, look, y'all, let's read this mic. I don't think he's a guy. Let's get a little bit deeper on our set for some depth. Let's dual mic, and let's pick up the 3 real rushers. Okay, and this happens late, a lot of film study, but this is an indicator whether it be 4 down, find the UFO. Whether it be 3 down, find the UFO. Either way you look at it, we're going to communicate it We're going to be disciplined. We're going to understand our blitzes. And I think when you talk about the slide side, you can't talk about it enough. Because you got to understand, whether it be odd, whether it be even, is it your depth? Where's the triangle? How are we getting to number 4? We're going to depend on our back blocking that guy every time, and we got 2 guys blocking 2. One, what have you, right? So we're going to kick it out there to make sure we got the 3 blockers, and now our back can spot up. Okay. All right. In this situation here, it's toward the end of the game, if not right at the end of the game, and we're going to line. Let's see, backs to the right. We're kind of in the last situation. We're trying to throw something here, get in the end zone, get a touchdown. And just as a rule here, we're in the boundary, and so we're going to always look for the indicators. What are the indicators? It's the safeties, it's the corners. Are we pressed? Are we in the boundary? Okay, do we go nose base? Do we fan? Do we slide? So we'll go ahead and just kick it here, and we'll set this thing up, and we'll set, and we're moving along here, and all of a sudden, set, boom. All right, and they bring the corner. All right, safety has the hash. Okay, he's on, boom, he's off the hash. He has the receiver one-on-one. All right, this is like the play of the game. Our tackle, sharp kid, does a nice job, picks up the corner blitz. All right, the back's told to stay in. All right, kind of a half P fake. All right, he's told to stay in. All right, they block, they fit it up. He fits the corner up on a slide set. He sets his feet, throws the ball game. So it was a good deal, but again, it all went back to indicators. It went back to, okay, we blocked the box. All right, and where's the UFO? How are we fitting this up? Now let's protect an exterior blitz. We pick the blitz up, throw the ball. We're in good shape. That does it for the slide scheme. I just think from the whole discussion came up to where I just think you really need to study what you're telling your guys and making sure their eyes are right, making sure their depth, their sets, make sure the trust is right. Because when you get the trust and they understand where the triangles are, they understand what can happen not only from the box players, not the one that's already been ID'd. Okay, why are we sliding it? Where are the helps? Where are the double teams? And then what is the answer for when they bring one more that we can block? And if they bring all 4, what's the answer for that? And I think as time goes, you'll break it down and you spend time both pre-practice and post-practice, and we'll half line. One half line will do man protection drills. We'll work sets. We'll work transitions, whether it's speed rush, take it's, spin moves, bull rush, long arm, jab outside, come inside. Then we'll work twist pickup with that side. On the other side, we'll work nothing but slide schemes. We'll slide the A, the B, the C with a solid fit. We have nothing to do with number 4. Then we'll slide A, B, and C versus odd, versus stack, versus even with number 4 coming and the backer dropping on dueling. So we'll work the duel side. But at the end of the day, much like the draw, I think it gets down to schematics, communication, drill work, and clarity to make sure that we're all on the same page and we're all understand exactly what we're responsible for and do it again and again and again and again and again. And from being in this business for a long time, I found out one thing, and that's nothing replaces reps, period, end of discussion. And then nothing replaces clear and concise, full speed drill work that applies to those schemes. Once again, I want to thank Coach Aranda for having me on his staff. We have the most elite coaching staff, I think, in the country. Unbelievably competent, no egos. We're all on the same page. We understand how it flows. We work together. It's a pleasure to come to work. And I want to thank all the guys I've worked with before. I've mentioned Coach Zook and Coach Gundy and Coach Holgerson and all the other guys I've worked with and what they've meant to me and how they've developed myself. Again, I'm Coach Deleone, I want to thank him for having me. He is the best ever, and just to have the opportunity to be on the same stage, working for Coach Deleone and working with these other guys, it's an absolute blast. I'm flattered. I'm humbled to even have the chance to visit. And if there's anything we can do for you at Baylor, anything that we can do in terms of a slide protection concept that's on here, a draw concept, then we look forward to answering those questions and invite you to call me at any given time. Okay. Thank you very much, and Second Bears.